ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And that's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
Go. This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streets of games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're here for the first of the third round matches in this year's VP4 2024 Virtual 8-Ball World Championship. We've got MC_Clarky from England against Bedhead from Sweden. Matt has been in getting practice and no sign of Bedhead. He's going to be using the Albinario approach. Maybe just turn it up 5 minutes before it starts. We're almost 5 minutes before it starts. And it'll be a race to 11. It should be a good, high-quality match, this. It's got a lot to live up to beat what happened in the Albinario match with Rosin, and I've remembered Rosin's name. So let's hope it's as good, and let's hope it goes close. So one bit of information that we have is that the bracket or the schedule has been updated. We have this match tonight, and we also have one lost side match on the schedule now. That's Larry and Brainful Out. That's going ahead on Thursday night. Now, I hasten to add that Friday morning I'm up at 4 AM again, so this starts at 9 PM. I will not be there for that. I will be there for the start of it and watch a bit of it. I won't see much at all because I'll be off to bed. Now, hopefully, Slim can be around at that time and catch it. So that's what we have left on the schedule, and we have the match that we're waiting on, and we are still waiting on Bedhead. We have 5 minutes to go, and we're getting there. The other reminder as well is that this is my day off. I've got another one tomorrow, and then I've got my final 2 shifts on Friday and Saturday, and then I'm off for a week. I don't go back until a week on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully I'll be around to get a few more of these matches as they go into the schedule. I should be able to get quite a few. It doesn't matter what time, day or night it is, but to be fair to Slim, if he's going to be around and there's, I don't know, 2 guys from the US or wherever, and something's going ahead middle of the night, then I'd much rather leave that to him because it's his time zone, and it should suit him a lot better. Is that right, Larry? You think it's fuzzy? That's weird. Well, no Bedhead yet. No Bedhead at all, so I don't think Bedhead's going to be as daft. You sure it's not your eyes, Larry? Everything's doubled. Well, one thing is Bedhead's another one of these guys where I've got no contact with him at all. I don't know whether he uses social media. He's certainly not on. If he's on Facebook, he doesn't give out any information. So I've no way of contacting him to wake him up or find out if there's an issue. Yes, it's double very bad. Jesus. Well, we'll need to see if it rights itself. I don't know whether it's whether they're throttling back in something or something funny's going on. So I'm looking around and looking around, and I'm looking at the chat, and I'm looking at the list of players. We have 2 minutes to go, and still no sign of Bedhead. So every one of you is saying it's all blurry. Well, we'll see what the table looks like, whether it rights itself. I'm looking to see. Oh, it looks a wee bit blurry there, yeah. Well, this, well, of course, Bedhead will know that there is a 10-minute timeout for the start of the match, so if he's maybe going to be a bit late, then fair enough, but Bedhead's not the type of player that's not going to show up unless he's got a very valid reason, whatever that might be. I mean, sitting, falling asleep in front of the PC would be my excuse. I don't know about Bedhead. I mean, he might be working, he might be caught in traffic, you never know. We just don't know what's going on in people's lives. Now, is that Liquid has changed his name, or Vertical Liquid's changed his name to Liquid now, hasn't he? Because he's in the tournament and the name suddenly changed to Liquid, so I presume he's dropped to Vertical. Does that mean he's now horizontal? Right, well, it is now knocking on the door of the top there. I have had no message from Steve, incidentally, as to whether he's going to be here, but I have booted up Discord because he might be busy and he might look in occasionally from time to time and realise the match is on. So I've got it booted up. And if he's going to appear, then he'll appear. What's it saying? What it says, all read. What's up with the picture? Is it blood for you as well? That's terrible. Well, it looks as if I'm going to get the clear view. Well, just bear with us, folks. Well, the good news is Bedhead's arrived. Let's get in the room. Now, how does that look? Now, of course, we'll have the lag for the break. Is it looking any better? Bedhead's waiting on Matt getting in. Larry's got into the room thinking he can't watch the stream. And of course, all the time I've been winding you all up. I just thought I would give you an idea of what VP4 looks to me when I'm playing VP4. That's what it looks like. I see double edges of balls, and I just thought I'd give you a taste of my own medicine here. I'll fix it in a second. Right, we're having the lag. It'll probably give you a migraine, but I'll sort it in a minute once the lag's gone over. I thought, I need to give these guys an idea why I can't pot balls or be consistent, and that's exactly what it looks like. It exactly looks like that. Well, that's a brilliant lag by Bedhead. He's nailed it. Right, we'll watch the break, and then I'll fix it for you, because at least I know what I'm doing now. In fact, I meant to have a quick tab to see if Steve was there, but if he's not there, then I won't be doing any more tabbing. Right, well, that looks so. The 11 ball's going in. Right, 2 seconds, we'll get it fixed. Ta-da! There you go. Panic over. No more double vision. Right, I'm going to do one tab and no more. Just have a look at Discord. Hang on, we'll see this first shot, which clearly is going to be Bedhead on the strikes if he takes it. Right, 2 seconds. Right, no sign of Steve. Right, I've now shut Discord down, so no sign of him. Well, what was the prediction there? Whip predicts 11-8 to Bedhead. No, but that's a bit. I mean, it's not as bad as that, but it's to give you an idea. When I'm sighting a ball and I'm looking at it, I see double edges of balls, and that's the problem. And that's been the problem for a long time. I think it's just age. So very inconsistent is the result of it. Right, now that you're here, Slim, hopefully you're going to be around on Thursday night or Thursday afternoon. What time would that be? That would be, I don't know, it'd be middle of the afternoon, like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock your time for the match for Larry and Brainful out. Because I'll see the start of it and then I'm off to bed. I won't see much of it at all. Good, then I can watch it when I get home. Well, how often do I say this? You know, what you want to do is win the lag. Bedhead nailed the lag. Nobody was beating him in the lag. Get a ball in the break and then run out. You couldn't have got a better start than that. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. So, Matt breaking off in rack number 2, couple of balls gone. And this is, again, a very healthy table as far as I see. I mean, it looks good enough. You should get a fairly quick response here now. He's going to have to come down low, I would imagine, and deal with the 15 ball. I don't think you want to believe in that as the last ball to get to the 8 ball. But he might be good on the 9. Well, he's just... I think he's fine. He could probably still get away with that if he just nips back. He can pinch a wee bit and he'll still get the 15. Yeah. Now, the problem is he's got to get out of there. Now, he gets a bump on this 7, he could be awkward or something. And he's found a gap. He's still a wee bit awkward. He's going to have to bail out on the 12, I think, first, and come back up the table. Well, he's either got to go left or right here to get on this 15 ball, I would think. No, he's not even doing that. Well, it's going to be critical, and he's got maybe too much angle in this. Maybe bump the 6. No, he's fine. Well, this is all about judging the pace now. For the most part, Matt's pace control has been reasonably good. But he's just gone... He's gone wrong this time. Now there's a 3-rail path behind that 1 and 6. Oh, he's decided to leave the long cut. Well, this is Albinario. Albinario range 6 ball cut, remember that? But he's nailed it, so Well, if the match is like this all the way, it's going to be a good one. Matt responds in turn with a break and run out. So that's a high standard to start with. Well, you can talk about Celtic. Well, what's his name? Brendan Rodgers was. He'd numbers of interviews, but the answer, the sort of replies were all the same prior to the match. He came back to Celtic the second time. His objective is to take them to the next level as far as competing in the Champions League goes. Well, he's got no chance of that. No chance whatsoever, unless he had a huge bankroll and players were mug enough to come and play in horizontal rain in the Scottish Premiership in the middle of January. That's the other less appealing fact of it. So used to playing that low-level standard quality against the opposition that there is in the Premiership, it just doesn't make the mark when it comes to stepping up to the big boys. Every mistake they made last night was punished. Every single one. I turned it off at 5-1 and went into a coffee and then came back and switched it back on, and it was 6-1. So is this going to be another break and run, is it? I think it is. I don't think Matt's been at the table yet in this rack, so this is looking like another break and run. So you've got 2 strikes left now. The 9 ball, he can stun that 10 if he's got enough angle. Got to watch he doesn't overcut it. It'll clip that 8. And, well, he's fine. He might have wanted to get on the 9. He could still take it, but he can still take that, whatever ball it is up in the top rail, whether it's the 11 or the 12, and come back into the middle of the table for the 9. He'd be really unlucky not to get half decent shape on it. Going this way, he's got to nurse this in. I mean, this cue ball wants to leak away. Well, he's went for the big stun, and I think he'd have been better just running that. I think he'd have been better cutting the one that he's on now and coming into the middle of the table. To me, it was a more guaranteed shot. And this is touchy, playing this with left English, because you can easily get the hit wrong. Well, the bump in the 3's helped him, although it's hindered them now because they've tracked one another, and now he's right over the top of it. But if he does what I do and takes my advice, you jack up the cue, use the W key and line the shaft up with the ball like that, the way I'm looking at it. But if you raise the shaft higher, you line the shaft up with the ball and pot it. And, well, he's got it. W does nothing for me. Well, it does for me on shots like that where you're Chinese snookered. I don't use the W key for any other reason. I don't set W key in all the time I'm playing. I just use it for that type of shot. It's a bit of tactical advice, and sooner or later one or two will use it. Well, into rack number 4. And Matt's break is dry, but the table's a bit ugly, shall we say. So if Bedhead's going to get out here and pinch this off Matt, he's going to have to work hard. You've got a 6 ball tie behind a 15 up top right. So that's half the battle. You've got a 1 ball that's stuck next to, I think, the 12 ball down here on the right hand side. Well, the one ball is accessible. It's tight from the inside, but well, Bedhead's going to be committed to that. Now he's looking. Yeah, he would have been handy if he was a wee bit less angle than that. He might have been able to go through and nudge the 15. It's hard to say because I think the 5 ball's a bit in the way as well. So he's doing a fair bit of thinking, and I think the thing that's always in the back of your mind is that 6 ball, and that's why he's possibly decided to play the safety. He doesn't want to be taking a risk trying to do some sort of weird acrobatics with the cue ball. He's looking like a combo, I think. No, I thought for a minute there that he had called the safety. I thought for a minute he was going to try and play the 3 ball combo, but he's trying to leave things tight. That's awkward. 11 ball, of course. 10 ball wide open, and well, that's Matt made his choice, but he's actually done Bedhead a favour. So this is going to be a close battle, I think, this 4th rack, the way the table's laid out. So Matt immediately gets control of that pocket, clears away Bedhead's ball. Bedhead trying to redress the situation immediately, I think. But has he got room? Yeah, little billiard. So back to Matt. Now that will squeeze down the rail, that ball. But his cue ball is running away. He can't run forward and run into that ball up there. And obviously, if you got it down here somewhere or other, you could pot the 11 down into the corner. But he's got a couple of balls where there's a possibility he could get there for that. So there's nothing doing there. And he's probably got the wrong angle in this 14 as well. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he tried there because he's not hit it enough. I presume he was going to play the pink 12, and now he's in deep trouble. So again, hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. Well, that is a clever little move there from Matt. That is a clever little move because he's got the 9 ball in a position where if he does get on it, he's going to have a much better chance of breaking out the 11 ball, or, like I said earlier, just roll the 9 in and roll through for that 11 and play it up tabletop right. But he won't have to do that. Bedhead's going to be clearing the 1 ball and open it up for him, so Bedhead will be fully committed if he takes this 1 ball. Matt might not get another shot. 2 and 4 ball aren't a problem. So this looks like daylight for the first time in a match here. He's got to either run through and come out or come back. And he's got to make sure he's not interfering with 1 ball or the other, and that's fine. to the 8 ball for a 3-1 lead. Right, let me just fix something, hang on. That's better. So we're into rack number 5. Bedhead's break looks dry. And we've got, now I presume that's the 1 ball that's on the rail. 1 ball on the rail. 7 ball as well down here. 2 stripes down here. Couple of stripes top right rail. Yeah, it might be the solids. However, that 1 ball is going to remain the troublesome ball. Well, he could just stick in behind that 9 ball off the 5 ball, but he'd have to get it tight to prevent giving Bedhead a shot in that other stripe in the middle of the table into the left side pocket. Well, he called the bank and he got the cue ball down to the 1. That was all out to clear up the issue. It certainly makes the 1 ball more accessible from the short side, but the question is whether Matt's going to get an opportunity to get there. Bedhead might be thinking about rolling through on this 11. Once he pots this 14, if he can, he might be able to roll through in the 11 and cut the 12 ball, the pink 12 on the right hand side next to the 6, and cut that down the table. Well, he's not doing that because he's gone through for the 14 by the look of it. Maybe he was trying to play the 12. Let me look and see whether that goes. No, that 11's far too tight. Why did I call it the 12? That's the 12 over there. Well, he's running out of balls to get good on this 12, although he has the 2 down this end of the table here, so maybe there's not so much of a crisis on. He's looking as if he's the wrong angle on the 11 though. Let's have a look. Well, he's fine. He can tweak this up. He's not a problem. So it all looks reasonably good. Now, I would suggest that this 12 ball, although it's a simple enough pot, you've got to think about, first of all, the angle you're leaving on it. You've got a very tight space to manoeuvre the cue ball with that 6 ball in there, and you're trying to get out for a shot on the 8, whether it be back down into this bottom right or squeezing it past that 5. So we're going to find out. All hinges on this angle that he leaves here. Well, he's got the angle, and now he's got too much, and this 4 ball comes into play as well, possibly here, because it's looking odds on that he's going to have to try and get that 8 ball past the 5. Well, he's dragged everything off that pace in the cue ball there. That was excellently controlled. Very well done. Well, there's already a crisis on here for Matt. Trailing by 4 racks to 1. And dry breaks don't help the situation. And I think that's Matt's second dry break. And And this is the nightmare that you can get in an 8-ball. You know, the first thing you want is a ball and a shot. And well, there's nothing you can do. You know, you just have to hold your hand up. That's the way it goes. You get the break working off the bat and it keeps going all night for you, then you're in a strong position provided you're potting balls. But when you're up against players like Bedhead at his level, you're given open invitations and free opportunities to pinch racks off you. That's the way it's going to be in the latter stages of the tournament. You've got to be good enough to get the job done, but you need a fair bit of help. That's in the lap of the gods. So, Bedhead's decided on the solids. We've got the two of them in this bottom half of the table as we look. Fairly accessible, I would suggest. 7-ball will be next, I think. Or the 1 if he can nip back out and still get on that 7. Because I think if he takes the 7, he's going to interfere with the 1-ball. Let's have a look. No, he wouldn't do that. He's got to get out though. Got to get out. Oh, he's now got himself awkward. Just a wee bit fiddly, and then of course the other major problem is that 3-ball stopped there in the rail. Well, that was trying to be really cute. That was a big ask. The cue ball was always wanting to spin into that 9 or 12 or whatever ball it is from here, because again I can't see the colour properly with the blue cloth. I think it's a 9-ball. It's a bloody 9-ball. I mean, that yellow from where I'm sitting looks pink to me against the blue cloth. It's strange. Well, that was a all or nothing shot. And the 6-ball, although it got bumped, is still left 8-ball free. So the pressure's on Matt here. And the problem with that 13-ball, well, the 13-ball, if you were really pushed, the 13-ball will go. You've got to play it sort of almost dead weight and cheat the pocket. But the other problem is this, unless you get a bump, isn't going to be cleared. So that 13-ball might end up in a bank. It might be the best option. Well, the cue ball hasn't really opened out far enough for him to cut that back into the rail. So plan B already. And I would suggest that he leaves that 9-ball up there where it is for the time being until he's dealt with this issue here. Now he's in a far better position. This is a far better setup. But he can't, I mean, he's fine. He can bail out in a 14-ball, and he comfortably potted that, and he's on the 11. But what angle's that got? Pretty straight. It's all looking reasonably good. Well, coming back to get on that 9-ball, there's always a risk of getting interference with the 10-ball. You know, like that. And he's just on the 9. 10-ball first though, because all you're doing is cutting this and coming back out, or 14-ball, whatever it is. Well, he's done everything pretty much right. And that was a must rack there for Matt. And now it's the usual thing. You're sitting watching Bedhead breaking Nick's rack. Well, coldest pillow. The thing about straight pool is, I think straight pool is the secret to unlocking a lot of ideas and things for other games that you might play. Because you're being creative in straight pool quite a few times as well, and the skills you would pick up in straight pool would be a big benefit to you in all of the other rotation games. I think, as people would say, one pocket would be very similar in that respect. Probably one pocket more than anything else, because that just does your brain in. Aye, that's black ball, or a variation of the sort of British 8-ball. And of course, the biggest test you get in straight pool is the patterns that you play. It's vital that you get your shot choices right in straight pool, and everything comes to a head when you get down to that second last ball before the final ball each rack. It's you've got to be clinical in getting that right. Good evening to Tam. Well, Matt responded last rack. Bedhead is not having any of it because he's looking at addressing the situation and stretching this leader back to 3 racks. Now there's a wee bit of trickiness on here. Wrong side of the 14. Trying to miss the bump. Well, he's almost got there, but this is testy. And he's got to get into the cue ball as well. Big time if he's going to come across the table twice here to leave that 8-ball cut in the short side. Because I don't believe it goes past the 6, does it? Well, let's be honest, it's got half a pocket. I think he's got to juice this up. Oh, that's beautiful. Very well played. And the replay is working, I believe. Yeah, that was very well done. Great shot. And the 8-ball duly goes in, and it's a 5-3 lead to Bedhead. Welcome to Hazad. I remembered your name. Well, this has been a pretty good standard so far with these two, as we would expect. There's nothing really that's been a glaring error. But Matt has had a ball on the break, commits to the solids, a whole line of stripes down this end of the table. And this all looks reasonable enough. He might want to get that 1 ball. Watch the cue ball. And there's the mistake. And, well, this is going to be a sore one. Commentator's curse has done it again. Never doubt my abilities. Just when I was praising the two of them for the standard and very little errors, there's the error there that's probably going to be very costly. Well, Tam, did you see that pish last night? That was laughable. Men against boys it was. Well, the inevitable will happen here unless Bedhead commits his first major mistake. Is that not where Parkhurst is, the Isle of Wight? Have I got that wrong? What's the name of the big prison in the Isle of Wight? Aye, well that's probably where he resides. This is his recreation time. Well, Bedhead got himself funny, and there's the mistake, but of course, well, he hasn't got cover. I thought he'd get cover behind the 14 there, but he hasn't. The 7 ball is exposed, and Matt might get out of jail yet here. Although, I'm thinking that, he doesn't want to do anything more to that 8 ball. I think he's brushed at a tad, that 8 ball. But if you get yourself anywhere down this end of the table, you can cut the 8 ball without trying to do anything with it. If you end up desperate, you could play the bank on it, but I think you'd be more inclined to try and get down this end of the table. But the problem with coming down this end of the table is you go too far, you could end up hooked. So we'll see how he decides to deal with that problem if he gets that far. Well, for any of the latecomers tonight, you need to go and watch the start of the live stream tonight because I was winding everybody up. Larry was the first one to complain. He was complaining about the quality of the picture for some strange reason. I just played the dummy. And then 2 or 3 other people arrived and all they did was moan about the everything was blurry. But I had a filter on taking the piss out of them. I was giving them an idea of what Virtual Pool 4 likes to me every time I play it on a Wednesday and a Thursday morning when I'm playing Cowboy. It just looks exactly like a show in the video. So if you watch the start of it, you'll have a laugh. Well, I don't know what happened to Matt there looking at the chat because Bedhead's back at the table. He's obviously missed. And there's not an issue with that 9 ball. Well, this is more pain because, again, it is on Matt's break. Well, it's shaping up for the possibility of the comeback like we saw the other night there with Albinario and Rosen. But for that to happen, as we saw with Rosin, Bedhead's going to have to give a bit of assistance to Matt here. And with due respect to Rosin, I think Bedhead's got more solidity in his game to deal with this situation. So the lead now goes to 4, and that is a very, very tall order, especially Bedhead breaking again. And balls flying in. Now, was a cue ball one of them, or is it tucked behind that 2 ball there? Yeah. So 3 balls in the break. Now, what do we look for here? Well, if you take the stripes, you've not got any problem with the stripes. That 4 ball is tight into the side. The 4 ball does go down the rail, but what about the 9 ball? The 9 ball is fine as well, so I think the stripes are the favourite. And Matt's looking at this table thinking, you know, where's Bedhead going to make the mistake here to help me? And it's not looking likely. In fact, I forgot there's more Champions League football on tonight. Liverpool playing tonight, aren't they? I'll be able to watch that once this is finished. I'll watch that. That should be good enough to watch. I don't know who else is playing. I'll have a browse through them because I can watch all of them on that Quest thing, or whatever that, what do you call it, Discovery Plus. It's Discovery Plus than that you get free with BT when you've got your phone with them. That was the deal I got. That's been handy. It wasn't handy last night because that was crap that I watched last night. Bolognese, is it? You know what I had for, well, it wasn't really a dinner, it was a sort of mid-afternoon meal. I had lasagna this afternoon. It was delicious. Well, this is developing into a bit of a rout, but there's, you know, it's totally out with Matt's control until he gets a break. I mean, there's nothing much else you can do. That's just how you suffer in 8-ball. It's how you suffer. Either there's a qualification on at the moment for whatever other bloody tournament they're playing. It's amazing the things I end up watching on YouTube, by the way. This afternoon, you know what I was watching? I was watching a mother cat, and there were 6 hedgehog babies crawling all over it. The cat was elected to be the adopted mother for these hedgehogs, these baby hedgehogs that were found when the mother got run over by a car. And the cat's lying there reposing as these wee hedgehogs are suckling on it and also climbing all over it. That's what entertainment is. That's why I watch YouTube. And then I was watching one with a guy who ended up with a swan egg and put it in his incubator, hatched it out, and he's swimming in the pond in his back garden with this swan chasing after him, because obviously the swan thinks he's its mother. I watched some hilarious stuff on YouTube. Anything to pass the time in the middle of the afternoon. What the hell's carton arcs? Am I missing something? Is this a trendy word I'm missing out on? And what the hell's these auditing videos? What's that about? I'm probably missing out here. I'm watching cat videos and swan videos, and what's talking about auditing videos? What the hell does that mean? Tell me in plain English, for goodness sake. And what the hell's carton arcs? Carton arcs. This is obviously something that's passed me by and I've missed out on. Well, again, this is on Matt's break. Bedhead with a 7-2 lead. And he just needs to drop down past the 8 ball for that 1 ball through the gap. Auditors go round filming places with drones and people get real angry. No, I've never seen any of that stuff. Larry's finally left the room. Has Larry been in there all that time thinking the stream was crap and decided he wanted to get into the room instead to watch it? Right, well, this is what you call a mountain. Bedhead's break. He's got balls flying in. And, well, I think you look at the solids, you've got the 1 ball that is very easily accessible to break out the 7 and the 6 if he fancies that. If he decides on the stripes, you've got this issue here, and you have to get good in the 11 to get a bump. So all of the solids are available, and these 2 will be as well with this bump. And that's just enough. Just a little brush will do. So the obvious shot would be the 7 or the 6 to get on that 4 past the 9. There's plenty of room there. There's no issue dealing with that. The 3 ball, depending on how you finish that, could be a slight problem. And getting the cue ball out onto the 8, you're working in a tight space with that 3 ball sitting where it is. And of course, the other issue being that the 8 ball's blocked into one corner. So this isn't a definite yet. And he's gone pretty straight on the 3. He's got a bit more of a cut on the 6 than he would like. Now, if he's going to do anything, he's got to be fully committed here. You've got to punch this in and come across the table twice, so you're not. Or is he just preferred to leave it straight? Well, he can. Has he got room to come out the back of that? Has he? Well, he has just got there. Just got there. Well, Matt will just hold his hand up. You know, it's been that type of game. Matt's breaks let him down. This time he's got a ball. couple have gone in, and this is just treading water. If he can run this out, it's not going to affect the overall result, you would think, unless suddenly the roll of the ball goes completely against Bedhead. Drain Addict, is this a guy that looks at shit floating in the top of drains and things like that? That sounds like an appetizer when the dinner's in the oven. Especially if you're having sausages. Oh dear, well, the mistakes are coming, but they're coming the wrong way. Matt's hung the one. And look at this table. All of these balls wide open. And yes, there's an inevitability about this visit. Bedhead should be in the hill. And we've been playing for 49 minutes. So solid as it is. One ball is the bailout ball. And of course, you can see the issue ahead playing this one ball as your last ball. You've got a couple of balls sitting in line for where that cue ball would be to get to the 8 ball. So if you do anything, you overhit the one ball and the cue ball. If you're up there or something, you overhit the one so that the cue balls come up right into the middle of the table. You need to hit it really badly to go way up there, but you've got a bigger gap here between those two to get to the 8. I'm thinking, ahead as to how Matt sees this. Now, I'm not sure that he's played that right. He has gone far too far with a stunt. Oh, tell a lie, I forgot he's in the stripes, my bad. That's the first mistake of the night. Oh, he wants to get away from there. Well, all of a sudden, this has got difficult. He really should be taking the 12 into the side, but he's right on top of that 8 ball. This cue ball has got to track. Yeah, well, it's all about the bank. That's not going to be anywhere near it. So, Bedhead will pinch the rack and be breaking for the match. And we're going to be all done, probably knocking on the door of just an hour. I don't watch, you see all this stuff you're talking about, I don't watch any of that crap. I don't watch anything Gordon Ramsay, I don't watch any of these bloody bargain hunt crap. Any of these buying a house stuff that comes on. As soon as I see it, I just say bullshit and switch it over every time. I've never watched any of it. I'd sooner sit and watch YouTube and crawl through it than watch the crap that's in the telly. That's the long and short of it. There's nothing, very little that appeals to me. I did watch the start of Scarface last night on Film 4. I did watch it for about an hour as I was getting a coffee. I tend to watch. I mean, when I get home from work, I've said this before. When I get home from work and put the kettle on for a coffee, I'll have my coffee and a snack or something in the middle of the afternoon, maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I'll end up watching the Sweeney. The Sweeney's started its rerun again, so it's been on in the afternoon, and then I watch Minder, and then the telly goes off, because the reason the telly goes off is because I've finished eating or drinking. I've got no other reason to sit there watching it. And likewise in the mornings when I get up, it's on for the news. I'll watch an episode or two of that American version of Whose Line Is It Anyway, because that's 4 or 5 years old. It's a repeat, but I've never seen them all. And then out to work. But all of these new dramas that you see coming on, I've no time for them. I've no time. They're on at a time where I can't be bothered. Plus, I can't be bothered going to iPlayer to watch them either. I've just completely lost interest in the telly over the years. Oh, wait till I tell you. I was playing that Kanga. I'm getting a bit more of an idea how the thing works. This space game I was talking about. I was playing it this afternoon. But what I got wrong was I was trying to go to find this Yellow Wall City place. That's one of the early missions that you get in the game. But it's like a few 100 kilometres away. And your spaceship is a basic spaceship that you have, so you've got the limited fuel. And today I decided I was going to fly to this Yellow Wall City. I found it on the globe. So off I go. I'm up at, and this is no word of a lie, I'm up at like, I don't know how many thousand metres it was, but I was basically on the edge of space, right? And I'm still hundreds of kilometres short of where I'm trying to go to. So I panicked. And I thought, I need to go to a refueling depot, because they're scattered all around the globe, the Earth globe. And I looked and I found one nearer me than the destination I was going to. So I was trying to get to it. And there you go, it's all over. That was inevitable. And as I was up on the edge of space, the bloody fuel ran out. Next thing I know, I'm doing a Baumgartner. I'm bloody free-falling from the edge of space down into what turned out to be the Persian Gulf. And I just waited and waited and waited, and I landed in the bloody ocean. And of course, this robot character can't swim, but you don't drown. So you have to use your jetpack. And I was there for 45 minutes trying to get to the shore. No other way to get there. And I eventually got to land, and as soon as I got to land, you've got these bloody lobster things running after you, and I was dead within 5 minutes. Well, what a result for Bedhead. I don't think you'll get as easy a ride. I mean, Matt made the odd error there, but Bedhead was very solid. Matt's dry brakes let him down, and Bedhead just was all over it like a rash. Very solid win for Bedhead. But Matt will be, of course, the big danger on the one-loss side as well now. So let's have a look and see how that stands. We've still got until October the 11th for these round 3 matches to take place. So there's time. You've got Rabi up against Coldest Pillow. You've got Defty 2, who's up against Cobra. You've got that match we've had tonight. And you've got Hazard against Albinario still to be arranged. So that's October the 11th, the deadline date for them. On the one-loss side, Matt is now down in the bottom. He's going to have a fairly long break, because the deadline on that side of the bracket is the 16th of October. You've got One Pocket Slim there waiting on the winner of Bankster and Jose. and then Matt's waiting on the winner of the tie that Slim will be playing in, so he's got a good break. And looking further up the bracket, what date is it today? Is this the 3rd? I've lost track of dates because these guys are running out of time to get their matches arranged. There's not an awful lot happening here in this one-loss side. Fast Eddie and Rosin. You've got Viking and Casino Jim. You've got Potman and Balls. And of course you've got Stub and Spectre Dawn. I would imagine Spectre Dawn sent a proposal. So these matches have all to get organised. I noticed that Sergeresh took care of Bobby Barris, so he's through. So these matches are just running out of time. But don't forget that Slim will be around on Thursday evening, our time, in British summertime that is, for the match between Larry and Brain Pullout. That's well, this is the second. This is the second today, so tomorrow's the 3rd, and that will be 9 p.m. British summertime, sort of like 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and you'll be able to watch that on One Pocket Slim's Twitch channel. So keep an eye out for that. So that's it, folks. Very well done to Bedhead, and of course he is a former champion, so he's looking to add another one to his collection of wins. So we'll see how he goes. I think he could say that he would be a happy player. He got a satisfied result. He got good breaks going for him, but it's not just the breaks that do it. You've got to run out, and he did that pretty damn good, shall we say. Right, I'm going to bid you good night. I'm off to watch the football, and take care, and watch out for Slim tomorrow night, and we'll see you again soon.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.